All right. Welcome back. Welcome and to another edition of the Max Tribune Salone Sports Show. And today, as usual, we will bring you analysis on local sporting events them in Sierra Leone, including the Sierra Leone Premier League, as we see league leaders being get for drop points yesterday as then draw 1-1 with Central Parade inside Bo. And also Mighty Blackpool winning the second place team at the table being get for loss to FC Cologne by 1-0. Women say then drop 3 points inside the race for the Sierra Leone Premier League. And also Easter Lions be get a shocking defeat inside the match where they play against Freetown City Council. City Council be stunned them 2-0 na the league. But also we'll look at the Cricket Association as they will prepare for the annual general meeting AGM. Well, they don't postpone that to the 18th. The meeting for BB this weekend, but then postpone. We go look into that, and we go talk about beach volleyball as we see the ladies that we don't go win cup, but no support, no sponsorship, and that's really terrible because there's several sport that they do train and left all them business for represent the country, but with little or no support from the one the way they in charge. We will also look at the English Premier League as we see leaders. Emmanuel not go happy, but this the leaders them with drop points to Everton. Everton don't get Sean Dyke. I think say sometimes the way team can get new coach, the player they all can show themselves and they will get victory against the Gunners yesterday by 1-0. And more on sports information you will get from the program. Stay connected and help for share the live. We also will give two people something today inside we give away package. We'll try for finish the last money because at one point we for we give five. Emmanuel is not so and we give three, two we
Yes, we
left.
did three.
So today we
Yeah.
give the remaining two. So wait if we do for we just share the live far and wide so we'll get more people who will come on board for be part of the giveaway as well. Welcome to the show, Emmanuel.
Yeah, Magdalene, thank you. And to the viewers out there, una kusha, una kaba, una do.
All right, as we dey wait for Michael Dopeii, let we take a short break as soon as I help for share the live and then we will come back. Stay connected and make sure you help for share. All right, welcome back and let's just bring in Michael. Michael, you already? Michael, you already for the show? Michael already ate. Hey, Michael. All right, to the wait, Emmanuel, as we wait for get Michael, we start as we see inside the inside the past few weeks, we see with volleyball team being represent the country and Binta and you know
Yeah.
now two players away done there for a while, don't they represent Salone and then get an exceptional record in terms of beach volleyball internationally, but they know they get the kind of recognition where they want. And Maria and the other player, you get Binta and Maria also in club level. But when it comes to national team, also that they do exceptionally well. But the recognition, not only that, the support they know they get some like more put us financially from the government or like the Ministry of Sport, and this is really terrible. And these are the people that they go out, that they go win cup for the country, they represent the country, puts all their heart into the game, win trophy, but at the end of it all, they know they get the kind recognition and support where they want.
Yeah, and Magdalene, thank you very much. And I think for me, this na a disappointing thing where they always happen when we come to Sierra Leone because and we don't always suffer in the aspect of decentralization of sporting funds. Mostly the government always don't center funding towards football wey we call na soccer, and fail for try for create a room of support, even if it's not 90%, but at least if it's 60% support for other sporting bodies. But we see in Sierra Leone, the government always shun other sporting bodies. And I will say it with pride because some of us have been part of the same system wherein we realized like other bodies were not considered in terms of equivalent distribution of the government sporting fund. And volleyball, a household name, we all know them, saying one of the discipline that we can always bring out laurels when they can go out and represent the country. But recently, we don't see where in a request for fund from government, government will say money not there.
Bring me in and
But
text me.
when football need money, we will see money available. We don't know from which angle they will come out. We all know, say yes, football is the biggest sport na Sierra Leone. We can write that off, but we also get to realize that there are other disciplines that where they exist, and where we brothers and sisters they spend their time, their energy for make their disciplines and they be in existence. So the way where we say we will appreciate their time and effort is when the government them reach for coming and support them in their games. The government for show their love and show these people that they are not wasting their time. For the volleyball team for go zone to Magdalene and Guinea Bissau and win something at the end of the day, government not to support for them. For me, it's a disappointment in sport. We for don't go past this now. People are not right about that. Every year journalists and they cry, but the way athletes are being treated in that country is not fair. But we are not seeing any difference, no changes. Because only one for Sile we athletes and they go back Magdalene and represent the green, white, and blue with joy and pride that the sweat and the blood will not pour that and not go in vain. But we see with sisters and with brothers and they go represent that country, the Magdalene, for even get a per diem, neither a ticket fee, it's very challenging. So for me, I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed that we expect say, this particular ministry for don't go past how it is so elected.
Yeah, that's not a big point where you make. And at one point in Sierra Leone, beach volleyball one of the sport that we been done take the lead. And when you look at them performance of them ten and they do exceptional across Africa and also at world stage. And they go and return with something win our lawyers for the country. But a few years now, we know they see that they happen anymore, and the sports keep they struggle for even upkeep the players. Them the last time in the Commonwealth Games, you could imagine in 2018, the beach volleyball team was one of the best in
Yeah,
the squad we come for Salon, the delegation. We see them go up to it was up to semi-final level, and the one that will knock them out now be the host Australia. Australia
Australia.
struggled for beat Sierra Leone in that semi-final. That was Bakar and Lumbi playing for Sierra Leone, and that was a tough match. You see, at the end of the day, the Australian then turned back for begin for support Sierra Leone because you're not expecting a country like Sierra Leone for
Yeah,
perform like that. And when that happened, Australia go to the final and they end up for winner. So that tells
yeah.
you how strong boys them be. So for less sport like that way, nine at the don't be at one point the number one sport, they go down like that, no recognition, no connection. Now some people and they link them to political issue and all. Things say very bad for Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Magdalene, and that's true. And if you go back, that's why even if you come to football, I make FIFA they always they emphasize say, national politics should never and be included into the sporting disciplines, because when national politics get an interference with the various sporting disciplines, then they absorb them right and their powers of existence. So always they can want them sporting disciplines for being dependent of their actions and their act. Therefore, only follow the bylaws that are being instituted by some of them disciplines. Then collaborate with that of the National Sports Council. You see, and we know say the government at the end of the day, now then mostly can sponsor some of them government games there. It's all clear, Magdalene. It's government responsibility because the disciplines that at times can try for solicit fund from these private houses, the likes of Airtel, Africell, Gento, and the like. But most of the times, when it comes to government games, especially when it says Zone 2, these are government games, Magdalene. It should be wholly and solely sponsored by government. There should be funding for that. That's why you have a whole director of sport, you have a whole minister of sport, that they should be able to sit for the year and plan the activities of these various disciplines. That volleyball, give us your plan for this year. Volleyball will send a plan that this is what we wanna, the games that we wanna go and participate this year. Table tennis, cricket, athletics, boxing, judo, and the like. Bring us your plan. Let's have a look at what the government can cater for this particular. And before government they go to parliament, the ministry can send them budget and project. Say this is what we are looking towards this year. And the government cable say, okay, this is what the Ministry of Sports is asking. This is what we can afford you. And when this funding can, at least let them get an evenly distribution. If they be able evenly distributed this fund, you're not gonna be so embarrassing like waiting there for now for volleyball.
Yeah.
There will have been a fund then available for them for go towards this zone too. But it's Sierra Leone, Magdalene. It's Sierra Leone. Always we're in the learning process, and I don't know when we will stop for learn.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. We keep on going, keep sharing the live, and soon we will show you the hashtag for the giveaway. And welcome, Michael Dopeii. Michael Dopeii, they say you be vexed today. I feel sorry. They say your team come out. Now Dopeii
And I
play
vex
over.
go.
Chelsea
I look
people
like first
any
the vex.
Jorginho go that Arsenal a loss. Now I know people go to that thing.
Not to vex, I vex. You stand up for me player there. I'll be vexed.
All right, Michael Dopeii, welcome and thanks for joining. We'll keep going with the show. Let me take this other news, Emmanuel. With him being going at the stadium and interview, as you know, this news we don't take place about 2 weeks ago, but it will not be come on last week. And the stadium management about 40 million leons, pardon me, $40 million. But as
Dollars.
they renovate the stadium, a lot of people think say therefore we don't build new stadium instead. But according to what they get, they say the stadium go be rebranded and it go be an international standard. But let's listen to waiting Koji Arun Koji, when a director of sport and also the PRO for the ministry Solomon being get for say.
Okay, we see the Ministry of Sports and the ambassador from China making visits, or a site visit now the Sierra Leone Stadium. You can give me the current situation?
Well, the new ambassador we come from China, of course, can't be the old one. And obviously, this project is a very important project for the Chinese government. So it can make an appointment with the ministry to come see for instance firsthand how the rehabilitation project is going through.
Okay, how many year project will you talk about?
I think it's a 2-year plan. We started last year. It's going to run up to April 2024.
Okay, CLM go on for no. How many billions or million of were involved?
It's always the case when you talk to the press, when you talk to people, then the first thing they ask me are the money. Oh, they say we're using at 40 million. Yes, it is 40 million. But at the end of the day, when I say council, they walk away and tell these are the biggest rehabilitation project with the stadium not go through since the like 1979. So it's almost going to be like a brand new stadium, and as soon as I can see, I can see for myself. They can't work with the ball now, not take play business, just within a year. who then commission this project. Look at the amount of work they have. And these people are determined to deliver this project. And I think they need evidence of what you don't see.
Finally, after the rehabilitation, would you expect her for match to international standard?
Absolutely. I mean, before the ambassador come on the ground for Kansi, we got a closed-door meeting with the ministry, with the NSA, and we raised certain concerns then as a ministry, then as a country, we put forward to them for answers. One of them concerned Salone may not ban we stadium because of we fall below international standard. So now with this huge rehabilitation to go on, will the stadium be brought to the standard of an international state where we'll be able to host international matches and host other international games? Yes, that question has been answered. So I would say emphatically say yes, the rehabilitation will make sure say the stadium is brought back to international standard.
Solomon K.L. Bumaya, being at the Public Relations Officer for the National Stadium Management, and at the same time serving as the site supervisor for Gazoo Construction Investments Group Holdings Corporation.
Okay, listener or viewers go on for new. What are the facilities that we get for involved at the Sierra Stadium?
Every facility we think about any international stadium where you don't see, including Wembley. Yeah, we therefore get electronic tata where in way they run before. I hope that they leave. But they want to know whether it don't be by test or not. This time now there is going to be a camera where we will know who that my first step way past the track. That are for the one owner. Because for the beach, that's what they see, not say we get for see again. We get for bring new seed, where we get for plant at the end. We get for get a water system, we get for the water that we for make green all throughout the year, whether not dry season, rainy season.
So you get you want to know whether it's an artificial turf or a natural turf?
No. This is a Olympic stadium, so you don't expect for when I put artificial turf there because it will not ever qualify the international standard because in an Olympic stadium. So artificial turf now therefore being at the main goal in the city. Whatever happens, of course, there's going to be another new stadium where they give the practicing period. That one they can forget artificial turf. But as we speak about where we did now, whether the main goal, now they forget artificial turf, but natural grass, where they get for bring the seed, where in we get for plant there for the green ground we will need or green pitch we will need
before the second stadium will be over 30,000 capacity. Being that now get for make addition. How many capacity we talk about?
Addition to what said, because now we're not born with a question. Addition, we are strengthening the stadium, not addition. So the capacity will be hold now therefore be determined by the plastic sitters where they can put right around the system. We don't get sitter. Previously, of course, we all know say only the covered pavilion, including the presidential, that they will get sit there with a plastic system. But now the number of security for occupied or determined capacity as it is. I'm not going to tell you say this is the quantum of people who for retire after the completion of the stadium. But we all know say Charina choke with the choke. We're not going to side for fast, but now it's going to be a standard way people have to approve or make every international stadium will get for host international matches.
All right, that's Solomon and Arun Koji, and ending the interview with Joseph Konneh, where they work for the Max Tribune Sports. But Emmanuel, let's start with you. Listen, waiting Solomon and Arun say the stadium get for be modernized to the point that then they call it an Olympic stadium now. We mean say all the discipline themselves go benefit. Although Joseph then ask some question about, so we used to forget table tennis gym, we forget weightlifting gym, we used to forget the volleyball, all the stuff been dated. But the thing is, It don't talk am say there will be plastic seats all around the stadium. Which means say the stadium will be a seated capacity now, not the step they will use forget.
Yes, and Magdalene, thank you very much. And to be sincere, the rehabilitation cost of a national stadium is cheap. And when we take into consideration, people they are be people and they say for construct a new stadium for that amount there. And Magdalene, when you take a look at stadium cost, when you dey look at the lower leagues, them stadium, you they spend from $5 million to upper. When you want to take about the higher leagues like the A leagues, you're talking about hundreds of millions to billions for construct a stadium. Sydney Olympic Stadium where we get where they construct in 1999 to 2000. By then it cost the Australian government something like $460 million. If you compare them to now, it's more than that. It's more than that. So construction of Olympic Stadium is not cheap because you know the facilities the way you get for entail inside.
The swimming pool
And
as well.
as well, you see. And if you take a look at we national stadium, which is an Olympic stadium, if we don't lost some of them facilities then they and the renovation where they take place, we get for take into consideration that they get for refilling disciplines and they with equipment structures. Because not to they get for supply the different disciplines, but they get for create an enhanced room where maybe the table tennis gym will able to take one or three more tables.
All right.
And also
But
to
Emmanuel,
yeah,
how about getting a special indoor facility outside? Because also we get one free land, where they come up from that Bengon side, one
that
free
being
land in
gone.
Roma. So yeah, how
Yes.
about getting something like an indoor facility for all the indoor sports them? Like table tennis can get a table there. They can get an office now the stadium perimeter, but they can get a table there. And when basketball want for play, they can play the if they can get a match there where they can carry with now so that country that they do. Rather than forcing the discipline and for play in within the office where they make the not get fans there. Now that make if you look at most of those sports, fans them not understand how then they go.
Yes, Magdalene, that's not a very good point to you up. I remember within 2012 upwards, there was a project concerning that the available spots where they may be used for gardening facility or for dump rubbish by the bearing gun for make they use them for build an indoor center. But it was just said, and I didn't know how far that project went. But that was a very good project where if the ministry from a put that into reality, if we don't help most of the indoor sports there, that when they will get big activities there or competitions there, they can able to take on there and that will create a big attention for the public. And maybe they will even begin ask like for people and for pay small thing for car watching them.
Mhm.
Presently, if you go stand up, Magdalene, stand up the Blacktown Council get a very big indoor structure there. Magdalene. They get swimming pools, everything. You want for play lawn tennis, you want for play table tennis, you want for play basketball, and get the facilities there. Similar land and space where that particular structure stand. So we can able erect that type of structure there at Sierra Leone and make millions out of it. But it all has to start somewhere.
All right. Yeah, Emmanuel. I can remember we provoke handball at one point where German government be sponsor them about 49 million euros. They said the bill cut. Now them go buy cement there. The 49 million euros then pave the surface close to the
Yeah,
basketball court, and
cut.
then the surface can begin for be like now Brewery Limited gets because any third time gets Brewery can just come build them boots near the user handball. Sierra Leone country, anyways. Dopeii, Mustafa Konneh, they say $40 million should have been another stadium. Too much for rehabilitation. Contrary to what Emmanuel they say, the money small. Mustafa believes say that money they it enough for level, we don't get another stadium.
No way. That money not enough. if
Yeah.
if if waiting Sierra Leone they try for build state of the art stadium to contest with IOC, IWF, all these federation in terms of like different sports, that's not enough. The money not
Yeah.
enough because like football alone get a rule there and regulation in terms of the pitch, the stand,
Yeah.
where the position, the scoreboard. Scoreboard alone, that scoreboard alone, they can cost up to 20 million. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so that's one thing you got to look at. And then you go athletics where you have to get the athletics track, the tar. That tar where they use for athletics can cost almost up to like then 30, 40 million
Yeah,
alone.
Michael, the man, Koji, the director of sport, that's somebody where in your own sport life all is about athletics. The
Yeah,
first person we talk is so passionate about athletics and he love the sport. And one thing we make mention of first when I begin to have, I say the track get forget the end point line, the electronics one way,
exactly.
because
Yeah, that's a very
first
key.
Emmanuel know what they come to now. When there's a trial na salon. Now the second man and the car for they say now the police get for
Exactly.
mango. Electronics timing. So if you're an athlete now, the person hold the timing. Now you bet now you person it can arrange it for you.
I'm not saying we don't get blocks. We don't get blocks. That's starting blocks. We don't get that.
Yeah.
But now there's one
Yeah.
they get starting block now, and then they can get electronics finishing.
We don't get
So
electronic timing. We don't get so like if you put all length in there together, Maggie, the cost is it's 40 million is not enough for
Yeah.
you build a whole new facility. Where let's say state of the art facility, you get for tap into the 100, 100 plus
Yeah.
million leons, and it's gonna be the project is gonna be longer. Maybe like
Yeah.
Africa, everything they take. If now wise man country, they say maybe 5 years, Africa they add another 5 on top because of
Yeah.
the hiccups. They get good block the way you need for go pass. So man, they
Yeah.
can't do this, do that. So like I understand what they're trying to do, but 40 million even to renovate the stadium, for me personally, I feel like say not enough too. Where they are renovate
Yeah.
because the stand alone, like that stand, now rubber seats they get for put, and it depends on the capacity where they get for get. So if you have to look at how many people can fit into that stadium, and say Salone or Sierra Leone, our people, we love entertainment, we love supporting our people where we get sports in our stadium. Everybody they go.
what stadium full of people that they claim that light.
Yes, now for Budo, now for Bado, everybody they go. So you got to look at how many people they will fit inside that stadium first. That capacity alone, that money they for Biden seats there, because that seat will cost two or $3 per seat. But if you put them 45, 50,000 people there, do the math.
Yeah. So Mustafa again they said this time the stadium should be used exclusively for football and not other non-sporting activities. Otherwise, it will deteriorate faster, especially the playing field. Yes, but this na Olympic stadium style. If you don't get all the time, and that make you find out say
Yeah.
the stadium venue being get different structures, like where you can outside they see the basketball and volleyball courts, then tennis na the other, and the only sports will not be get court na handball. Like I said
Yeah.
earlier, then try, but they be just pay for brewy. Then
Yeah.
you get swimming pool. The swimming pool at the other end, so that's not Olympic standard. We can get they can do another stadium for snooker. Now we go by the press conference where the chairman and pastor will be hand over the 49 million. No, nah, so
Yeah.
now pavement no more than do for at that time it was around 2014, 2015. They just do
15.
pavement for 49 million at that time.
Money done.
They pave advice. So where Tanges Day or how they call the other one. They can just go bring with the put no more now. Then now the people that they dance now. The handball not get answer again. And Emmanuel Mustafa they say labor cost in Australia is not the same as labor cost in Sierra Leone. Don't compare apples to oranges. You want to agree with that, Emmanuel?
And Magdalene, mostly I not like for raise up an argument. I can just like for go with the facts,
Thank you, sir.
and it's not about an argument. We just get for accept waiting recommended. Magdalene, the Combank West Studio we then build within 2016 to 2019. It will cost up to $300 million. Let people in the Richard Bodian Stadium there. You know how much like it cost Real Madrid for the extension of the now camp? Sorry, of the Banabawi. There's nothing cheap about stadiums. Everything that has to do with infrastructure, Magdalene, is not cheap anymore.
Okay.
So 40 million for rehabilitation, bro, it's a gift. It's a good package for Sierra Leone. It's a good package. And even if we take into consideration the labor, it's not much about the labor, but let we take into consideration the material cost. And take into consideration, Magdalene, that every material they use into that stadium is not Sierra Leone made. Those products or material are being imported. So there is a cost we tag to everything where we import towards that stadium there.
All right.
So it's not cheap. Whether the labor and the like, Magdalene, it's not cheap. We have to take into consideration the materials we get for use for build up and rehabilitate an Olympic stadium. Things are very expensive presently. You buy anything online, Magdalene, nowadays is different from 3, 4 years ago.
All right. So away from that, we see the other small stadium where Baba did not erect now. The Southern Arena I call them, then a bow. They're already reaching completion stage, and CAF been sent some people and for do mandated like inspection in with regards to whether the stadium go be available or pass the test for CAF for see if we're able for us to say and Guinea will be the host to matches and for the cup and
Yeah.
match we will just forget another match. I think we play Sao Tome and Principe. And so they be send a team where we see also Chris Kamara from the FA being there part of that, where they go do a tour now the stadium for see if we're able for play with match now that particular venue there. What do you think about this development, Emmanuel? Taking our matches from Guinea and bringing it to Sierra Leone, and which advantage it will be to we in this qualification?
And Magdalene, first and foremost, I want to say a big congratulations to Mr. Babadi. For short, a good work way it on to do sorry in the Southern Arena. And me now one person first and foremost, we remember I've been tell you say is it a 5,000 capacity that I've been
Six
tell
or
you
so?
say six, yeah, that I've been tell you say is small. Because you remember initially I've been telling that there will come a time when the nation get for need. Because maybe no say waiting Mr. Babadi they put up so now like state of the art design. Now till we get for meet CAF recommendation, CAF requirement. So if you get from meet CAF requirement, we get to think about the populace. Like when you get to become a nation function. And we know how we can always rally around with Mama Salo, the green, white, and blue, with Dali Leo start the play. We can come out in we how they can say we in Jalo number. Yes. For go watch with Dali Leon star. So for example, if Salone they can play, then CAF match, na bo 5,000 capacity, would that be enough? Because people they get for command a large number for go watch with that Leon star. So you don't limit the support of that stadium for make it function for a national basis. So for me, like if Babade may not extend that to something like 10 or 15,000, that should have been like a nation appreciation function. But what they do for me as a Leonte, it limits them only to like a club, a community like function. You look at the size of the both people and the like. But also and all for me, it's a good project, and other people then for learn from what it don't do so.
Yeah,
And if
and
you go back,
it can be always extended because looking at the Bernabeu now with Madrid they do and other clubs them before we don't see clubs then they increase the capacity later and all.
yeah, and that's true. But I can always tell you, Magdalene, Salon in terms of extension, modification of structures, na country where we all come out, it's very, very, very poor. I remember the last person we ever do rehabilitation. Look for example, in National Stadium. Pakababi Kami do maintenance, a change out from
2002.
Shaka Stevie, yeah, stadium to National Stadium. Then later we see there was something in relation to CAF, where CAF been put a ban on the National Stadium in terms of the dressing room. They go over
The,
understand 21 and the like and that.
the commentary boots will be the leak. What they go commentary up there wearing tie.
And we not
Now,
be get decent changing room. You see, except when CAF been coming and then decide
Or
for go
not
make.
even get tunnel. Now then say let them make like have put law, let them make tunnel, let them go put it tunnel. I would say
Anyway,
Michael, I don't see Usa Aki and Pop Well Stadium. This now
oh yes,
people them.
yeah,
We will get the stadium where we vex, where something up will vex that would pull up. You know that thing that this stadium, I can't pop for calm, they're not sure. Now people then begin pull the stadium. So looking at this time now, we then go put rubber seats. Rubber
and they
seats,
can't
oh.
even move.
They are they big there.
No, but I think, look, at the end of the day, the same people that they complain are the same people that they try for benefits this thing them for. So if they destroy the stadium, then at the end of the night, they get for suffer the consequences because there's so much things that can happen in Sierra Leone because we not get a state of the art facility. And for that, make they push her away from the country. They take her to a neighboring country like Liberia or Guinea, because Guinea don't get that facility for host so many things in West Africa. Because I not say West Africa alone, we get there we tournaments they would play in that region, and we're not able to be a host because we don't have the necessary means to host countries or host nations or even play friendly matches. We have to play friendly matches in other countries, in order to look good for we as a nation. So if then go destroy the thing the way they build for the way they never complain from the whole time, oh we need new stadium, then the government don't decide forget it and go pola. Well, everybody will put China away.
You know that the guy who versus Black Leo ran and pull the stadium with East versus West. Then they
What did
shake
you do?
that guard where they between the stand, they shake out they push
I
at
think
it.
I think what they need to do also is this in terms of entertainment, they need to take it away from the stadium.
Yeah.
Maybe try and make an
yeah,
entertainment center. Not saying they do
yeah,
it straight away, but that's something also the government going to look at, say, because entertainment is a form of tourism and is a form of
yeah,
income for the country of Sierra Leone. So if they able to build one like that's why we get Coros Bank Arena. Now we
yeah,
big player, big celebrities will come. Now you will say, okay, they get ANZ Stadium or Bankwest Stadium. But if you know
Bankwest,
say they will fill her out, they give you the arena there. You go perform at your arena where
yeah,
it able put in a lot, maybe 30, 40, 50,000 people there left than they. But Salon now, stadium now for everything. I think there needs to be a differentiation in terms of entertainment and sport. So if they're able just build a little entertainment center for people that in the entertainment industry, and they also will be a good thing because there will be a differentiation. But for now, we use one thing for everything, it didn't last long.
Yeah.
yep,
you know?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so hard because even when you get big religion program that day, political rally in a
Exactly my point.
stadium,
If
that's
you
the
get
truth.
everything is
entertainment
stadium. So
center,
if you get entertainment center like an up, like
so
you get the opera house, you get other
yeah,
places, people place their side and
definitely it is something as one thing.
all right. We will continue for monitor the stadium project and also look at the stadium na Bowie Babadi don't build. But now listening out from cricket as they be supposed for host them AGM this weekend, but then postpone am to the 18th. But all that thing they don't happen at the association. Cricket now association we fought last year from January to December, and the fight continue. Investigation don't go on, and all that thing they don't go on. But the chairman talks say they don't clear it from some of the investigation. But other people then say not also a B. So law listen to the chairman get for say. But before that, share the live as after this cricket discussion, we will go straight to the first giveaway. Law will listen to the chairman Trevor Samura being get for say to the Max Tribune sports team.
Man Board of Directors, Sierra Leone Cricket Association.
Now, listener go on for know obvious the recent developments of the sporting discipline.
Well, the recent development, of course, the much talked about issue are the findings and report of the committee set up by the Ministry of Sport to investigate complaints made by some members of the Sierra Leone Cricket Association on constitution, administration and finance. And the report is out. 13-point recommendations were made, and the board has given its full support to the report, and the board is willing and ready to ensure that all 13-point recommendations are implemented. And as I speak, we are also preparing to go into annual general meeting. It is not an elective congress, it's an annual general meeting in line with the Companies Act of 2009 and also the articles and associations of the Cricket Sierra Leone Company Limited. These are meetings held every year to report to the membership on finance, administration of the game development, domestic leagues, international competitions, planned projects, the budget for 2023 or the coming year. So these are things that will be discussed in the annual general meeting. The general meeting is part of the requirement, constitutional requirement of Cricket Sierra Leone or any company. It is mandatory for any sporting association or any company to have annual general meeting where both the members, the board and management will meet, and then the board will report to the members with regards to all what I've stated.
Okay, we have been seeing so many sporting disciplines in terms of recommendation to see the way forward of that sporting discipline. It has been a challenge. How long will this be take?
There is nothing in life that is not a challenge. We are used to be challenged by many issues, financially, structure, but we've been able to manage going forward. Cricket is one of the associations or sporting associations that is doing well, both on and off the field of play. But that does not mean we are not having challenges or we are not faced with issues or problems. But we've been able to manage and solve the problems. So the challenge is existing.
All right, that's the voice of Francis Trevor Samura, the board chairman for Sierra Leone Cricket Company Limited. It's no more association, it's a company limited now. Emmanuel, listen from Francis, 14. Now, we've been in a salon. 14-point recommendation. You know, the sport association, like you don't get issue, they don't fit 14-point recommendation. What do you think about what he's saying? The planned AGM be postponed. Still, some members not happy because then things that they sideline them, and you get some people will be there at the board initially. They're not there anymore because of the too much infighting in the association.
Sport politics, Magdalene, na part of sport. But that's what we normally say. And we not for allow the politics of the sport for deter the smooth running of the athletes or the game. But we don't see what's they happen nowadays in we country that the politics they disturb the smooth running of the game. Cricket they lost the momentum, Magdalene. This issue concerning cricket don't take a while now, from one faction to another. And in sport, you're not able to please everybody. So that's why you're able to form a memorandum. The stakeholders and for Fenway put their heads together and decide for look at the young one day, the future of cricket. If the stakeholders and begin look at the future of the game and forget about the individual game, Magdalene, cricket go before. Because if you look at the administration of cricket, it's only centered in Freetown. That is it. Go to Bo, go to Kenneh, go to Konneh, go to Kailau. How many people are playing cricket there?
It's more like in Tom, I can say. Even in the east, we don't get much, except for the Cox. One of the strong former cricketers there, when a veteran, a
Yes.
police officer, when they try for establish the sports now the grafting axis. That's safe
Axis.
not a community recognized one because it's just there within the police barracks or whatsoever around that
Barracks.
area there.
Yeah. You ask Magdalene. I live Eastern. If you want to talk about cricket, exactly, pass you go King Tom. I live Eastern. I don't know any other cricket ground at Kisi, Wellington. Yeah, we have to be sincere. No cricket ground in Kisi, Wellington,
I
Calbata.
got one no but me now I can run every morning before I go work.
I
So
don't
that
say
is it.
you see over Wellington will not
You
get.
see.
No go, no go.
But this is the way forward. I think for me, our way forward is like the stakeholders, Magdalene, should start to put their heads down and start to look at cricket instead of individual self. And when them come together, put heads together that we need for take cricket to another level, you go see the sport politics all they done. But because people are just looking out for themselves, that's why they elected Magdalene from one saga to another. And then go continue for their John and disjoin. And at the end of the day, and
Then get
kill it.
14 points recommendation.
Recommendations. At the end of the day, they kill the young ones there. Carry in the
That's
game.
Sierra Leone, I don't learn all the sports terminology, normalization committee.
Normalization committee. Football.
Unforeseen circumstances that are for me, boss. Story rhymes to say when something could happen at football, the unforeseen circumstances. All right, we keep on going with the show. Alusain, they said the National Stadium, they consume so much pressure, but kudos to Mr. Babadi for his good work. Probably after the rehabilitation of the stadium, through the help of the Bo Stadium, it will last long and be more unique. All right, today we are going to feel and they tell Flimpy say cricket now one of the best sports now salon, but they not get the kind of recognition we need. And because they're not investing in the sports as well. So we never even get a national ground, still they playing at the police gonna dry run. We not even get the a tour for any other thing. It's really pathetic for the sport. And then just the fet themselves, fet for no good reason. All right, then they do the first draw. And then we can continue with football news as we get lot for talk about inside the Premier League. There we go. For the first draw, we get over is it 30 something people or so, 31 people.
31,
All
yeah.
right, let's go.
Pedro's not win Naya today.
Wow, this guy don't win again.
American, wow.
I mean, we last week or the week out before, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I made win. And I mean, congratulations! You don't win again. I hope say you keep following the page and share as well. And we get one more draw for go. So you will watch no lose up, share the live, and then we'll get more time. I know I don't have beef Dimitrios. Maybe go win. Or any other person can win. I can like when you post it, they win. You know, I can like again you win. But it's all good. I made congrats. The person will be contacted the last time when you get I beg you not text me, nobody not carry me PV because the can't fire what they give out, what they don't win. Who's that they get me prize?
Yeah,
all right,
boy.
Petros go contact you, Petros go contact you. So congratulations, we will continue with the show. Yes, Emmanuel, the Sierra Leone Premier League, low weekend now. We see though they take a U-turn, and though the league leaders yet for lost a match, kudos to Bo Rangers for keeping their unbeaten run and maintain them very well. But also we see Blackpool being done back foot in a road where Then be get for loss to you team FC Cologne. You Glady, small Glady, and I don't go beat Arsenal. And a bit Cape Verde today. I feel I'm so for you. But I not feeling for Tani, where they beat Blackpool and Arsenal because me not getting time. So tell me about the Premier League and what you think about the matches there so far, the consistency. This is the first season we not see one team don't play more game passing comping. Before this time, we go here you say, for example, Konneh don't play 9 games, so tell some team that are free on 5 or 6 because of venue issue. But this year we see the consistency and the team that all they go at the same level of matches played.
Yes, Magdalene. And first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the Premier League board. And this first phase of the league don't be so dramatic, so interesting. And there was a point in time I've been thinking say the league from the stop, especially when you see FCFC be put a petition against
Slipper,
when again
Slipper.
Slipper will put a petition against the referees them, and the referees them in choose for boycott because of issues will be arise against we see Mohamed Kalon. But the Premier League board will be find a way and address them immediately. We see the league being pick up again, which is very good. That show how proactive the Premier League board is, and we hope for see short good things then for continue. And before I put more there, I've been just one in relation towards this stadium when people can they argue. And presently, Magdalene, there is one regulation where CAF also they emphasize on the doping room. Before stadiums and not they put emphasis for doping room. So now it is a must that every stadium forget, especially if you do an Olympic stadium, you forget a doping room. That is, the doping room forget a toilet facilities. So you can dey play a match as the match done so, an official can ask any player for can do a doping test. So other don't put that it's a mandate now that every stadium now need for get a doping room. So people then need for take that into consideration. That if you see some of them cost of stadium, then they go up. These are some of the technical things the way they come into play. And for make you get a doping room, some of those facilities, the equipment there, the test tubes that we need for get in place till they take her up to the standard labs. And to the Premier League, we see we have seen Cologne, yes, we get a pretty good run, uh, a win against Mighty Blackpool. In time memorial, we don't see always that don't be a very difficult match. When FC Cologne and Mighty Blackpool can meet up. It can always be a tight match, but luckily, unfortunately for we this year around, and we able to get 3 points from the way to quit down from 11th position, I think, up to 8th position, which was a good win for us. And we see both Rangers we get to go with Central Parade. What a good match, but they're yet to lose. And we hope say teams that will come back and broke the pride of Mr. Babadi. Man in the bluff say easy, and we know say you know without they not beat you. By the time we know say where this first rounds the door, it's still that will take place inside the Premier League. So it's a good phase for me now, and I hope say we go continue for see plenty crackers inside the league as you go by.
All right. Dopeii, what do you think about the league table? And no, not go to the table yet, but we see Bo Rangers get a 1-0 draw with Central Parade inside Bo at home. Republicans will fall win 2-0 against Eastern Tigers, and another draw match now. I think Cambo Eagles and Lamboy FC draw 1-1 inside Lunges. So what do you think about the matches there? And today also we get a couple of matches we get for play. We'll come to that later. But so far so good. Waiting are you assessment of the Sierra Leone Premier League?
I mean, to touch on what Emmanuel just said, Maggie, I think, like he said, big congratulations to the federation, the referee there. Will then take that extra step for resume the game against Calo FC. I think sometimes one person needs to be the bigger person for step up and make the initiative. But the Premier League so far, honestly, it's been really interesting, especially Bo Rangers. This is their first draw. Since I don't know 10 games, 11 games, they've been on a winning streak. And for Central Parade to go to Bo and draw, it is a massive result for Central Parade. Although they not win, but it can start with a draw. With obviously Eastern Tigers, they're a bit on the receiving end in terms of winning right now. They're in the back end of the league. Republicans beating them 2-0. Republicans is also another team that's been playing a really good football. I think Kumbi, I know they see the last one. Kumbi Ugus, they're
Cambo
for
Eagles.
me.
Wait, so the
I'm
man not
making my
Sabusa
people
come
around.
out. The Cambo Eagles.
Sakini Baba.
You know Sabusa come out.
I can't have people there. I mean, I've been very impressed with them this year because let me be honest with you, Mac. I nobody follows Sierra Leone Premier League until when me and you to begin having this conversation. Now I usually wake up. The first thing they want to do on Facebook now for check scores, check would I play, would I not play, would I win, would I not win. I'm becoming a fan and I'm having more interest, especially now that I don't devote myself to Eastern Lions full time.
On Hapoel. FCFC na dem beat una. All right. Now the game. Beer na the game. You go be okay.
As now happened to everything. As now everything to be the 1-0.
No, Dopeii no go yonder. Wait first. We come there. Wait. Law listen first. Wait till the Bow Rangers. Coach me say. Law listen first this interview. Waiting the players that be say after the match where FC Cologne been beat Blackpool 1-0.
Saidu Fofana, attacking midfielder, FC Cologne.
You happy for being the skipper. Let me talk about the first half. When I get a lot of chances, when I'm not able to score, what will be the problem?
Well, normally it can happen so like we can dominate the game and create a lot of chances. But the more we create more chances, and the more we're able for comfortable for build up and continue for plays. So we keep for push. We know say even if we not score during the first half, we tell them say not stop for push, then we go able for still continue and get a goal.
Now persistent pressure, be able for make una fortunate for score. What are some of the things I want to solve? Forget that only one goal.
The most important thing is for stick to a game plan. Try for play with normal game when I pass in football and everybody for move. And everybody for just comfortable, keep the ball closer, not lose the ball, and try for penetrate the opponents them.
So what do they expect from Cologne Football Club in the next match?
Not just win, because we want for continue for the win. Because not that day we want, not that day we stand for. We want for make the fans they happy, so then we'll continue for the calm and watch we. So we just want for win.
My name is Lusain Balakagbo, head coach of Mighty Blackpool Football Club.
Now we see when I play against Cologne Football Club. In the first half, I get a lot of chances for make una for lead the first half. What's the beginning cause why make una not score?
Well, as we say, first half, the first 15 minutes, the type of studies the style of FC Cologne. But after the 15 minutes, we take up the game. All man knows say we dominate on the first half. We try to get several chances them, and we even score a clean goal where the referee disallow. We will not be so happy about. So, second half, we come in and we conceive a goal on the game end 1-0 against we. Although we're not so happy on that, we know say we need to go back now the drawing board for make we try for put more emphasis for let we try for get more winnings because we still compete for the champion.
You as a coach, in the top area, that the power of goal scoring, that the striking force, we not see much that Williams. Why we not able to make early changes?
Well, as you say, if you check the table, now we are the leading goal scoring team. We get 17 goals, we done 17 goals. So I believe say we team the score. It just happens no more. We're not able to score today because we get very good finishers them at the team. And even today, you see the chances them we get. It just happens say we get some bad decision towards on the referee because that's okay. We get a penalty, blow. We score a clean goal, give it, award with the goal. So I believe say the team. No team way bad at goal scoring because we don't score 17 goals. We just get for need no more for make we try for tighten up seat belt for make try for get winning on the next match.
So what's going to be final message to the fans of Mighty Black
Well,
who they expect winning?
they talk to all fans, man, and be patient. This is a football. As we say, we try all out for make them go get winnings. But this particular match, as you see the referee decisions, the decision is final. So we're not going to go bounce out time or cause time or everything. They just the appeal, now they get fair refereeing because the game is fair play. Then they call upon all the fans and then come and support we more. By God in power, we will give them more victories.
All right, that's now waiting Coach Bala been get for say, and also the captain for FC Cologne winner Saidu Fofana or coach as they call her. But quick one, let we go to the bowl match as Alfred Sakila been get for talk for Central Parade, and also Saidu Ba, the captain for Bow Rangers, been talk about their reaction after the match to Joseph Konneh.
When you win one game, you come right up. The points are not so far. Now 1 point different, 2 point different. So as you win one game, you get 3 points. You come up from the bottom. Maybe you go up to then 10 position. So you see.
Me as I work as captain of Rangers.
Okay, we see una play against Central Parade. In the first half, una fortunate for score. Now result una expect in terms of the performance in the first half.
Yeah, you know, saying football at the game, so we don't work hard and we don't stay. I just say small mistake we can make this come out at the game. I believe say next time we bounce back.
Okay, a lot of fans they expect when I get a lot of chances and I for make use of how the movement that they be look like as a captain.
Yeah,
take up the responsibility.
tough moments because we the midfielder they create a space for the striker for score, but they don't score. That's all. That's the game day. So go back and do it more and do better.
Okay, una still the leading table or the leading team now the ongoing Sierra Leone Premier League. When I get 27 points, what's not the hope for Bow Rangers in the next match?
Well, we find them believe on me, and you know, say we are people not disappoint. We know they home, we not get away. Any how we go they win. So let we find them just believe everything next game we win.
All right, that's now the voice of Saiduba and Alfred Sakila as they be they talk to Joseph S. Konneh. Well, we just say follow we on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Instagram as well. You can follow we on Max Tribune Sport. But you get it right for send we also information. If you get sports stories, lovely sports stories, we can publish on our website at www.maxtribunesport.com. So if you want to follow published news about you or you get possible you think they do well in sports, where we don't know about, just hit we up now. We Facebook page message site, and then we can work on that, or we WhatsApp number within our Facebook and we can work on that. But in the meantime, Amid Konneh, they say thank you so much, Magdalene, for this wonderful giveaway. You really don't make me day happy. I know, brother. Keep it up, and yourself help for share the page to party them so then say go follow we. And thanks to manager Alpha. Now in young giveaway they continue, so very soon we will announce another sponsor, but let we go small as the thing that they go will they bring Dopeii back na the what they call. So Emmanuel, quick one from the post-match interviews them. Any reaction from you?
This guy's 16 by the way.
Emmanuel,
it was good, yes. Yeah, sorry, Magdalene. It was good for me for a back from Sakila and the like of Saiduba. And Sakila, I don't know for many years now we don't do Central Parade, and one of the oldest players away, they always there around that team. And Saiduba, no one, from the waterfront, Don Congoton. This can be a young boy I know since we were teenagers, we grew up, and for Siam, for play football to this highest level for me, it was a surprising one for me. Because I remember by the way Saiduba they play football and people eyes were not on him. And for today for make able make it to the national team, I'm so impressed with what they do and make it continue the good work. And he speak very well that Bow Rangers are not get home and not get away. Just like Abbas in the days of Barcelona. When they get the RME squad, Lionel Messi, Ronaldinho, Samuel Eto'o, they don't be get home, they don't be get away. Any outside and go, then they win. And that's a very good message and a
why
very
not
good
call
drive.
you be get Ferguson?
We will leave that for another time. on a era since you go to be left, then on a era be lost the form. But doing it when you go to be Dede, yeah,
Not
what you
all we goats
expect
now.
to
Ferguson. I want to call the goat right now. Ferguson.
yeah,
Oh, they
so
beat
much you
Arsenal.
expect.
They beat Arsenal at once.
No, but there was one time where Arsenal will be beaten at 2-0. You
Now
know,
one term. We don't beat you
yeah,
now
but,
seven defender. We beat you now seven
I
FA
know it.
Cup. Two
Yes,
not.
yes, but that's true. That's true. And una also been broke with
I support
unbeatable
Barcelona
records.
win this league, but no one disappoint me.
No go disappoint una. Tottenham go do something for we this morning by God in power. And so
Alright.
Magna, it was good for your back from these two lads, and they really sound very well. That shows, how the media aspects on the go that they country. And kudos to Max Tribune Sports. Magdalene, waiting Max Tribune Sport to do so, it's very essential because media are one part of sports nowadays. And you see, we brothers most of the time that they shy out from the media, and it takes an extra spirit for make you able to face that camera and put words them together straight. You see, and Naomi Osaka, that was one of the key thing way make it suffer some mental health issues concerning a game. We been decide for 10-1 away from the media because they say the media they put more pressure on her before a matches. So a brand try for go out, but the regulation will state that it's a must that as an athlete, the media is part of your profession. So Max Tribune Sport taking the media aspect to this athlete, it's a big, big development in the league because it don't say we don't see that they happen. When that don't happen, I think that indeed we are learning and there's a room for improvement.
All right, Dopeii, what do you think about the lads them at you be gonna register, but maybe you look up. So
No, no,
side over and all that.
the Wi-Fi.
All right. I hope say what move Kanye, you are not gonna get internet problem because the max there we go left and give Manuel
Eh,
now.
and then one style. We can this to area so. We about to it by internet.
It's better you use Telstra.
Okay.
No, it
All right.
depends on the location. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dope, you get any reaction towards the interviews from the lads?
I mean, it's good. The lads, like where did they that interview the show say like they get their own inputs where they want to communicate with the fans and the rest of the supporters. It's also something that people can
All right, keep the hashtag going and also keep sharing the live as we get Dopeii on the line on the other side. Yes, Dopeii, go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's a good thing. Many lads they continue for the communicate with the fans there and the supporters there each game, and then go to explain even win, lose or draw. They're going to explain captain there are the representation of the team. So then go to talk about what the team wants or the thing that they need for work on or how then go as a team. So I think for me, I'm really happy like the lads there where they communicate. Before I know so the Premier League not be getting catching and they where the interview day after the game for getting televisor. And people then get to know who these people are as well. But for me, I don't know this player there. Me listening to that interview, watching I don't understand say this player and this player and this they play for. So one of the days if they're in a salon team now, the national team, you'll be like, oh, this player they play for local ball rangers now, the captain, or this guy in a central parade, the midfielder. So, things like that. You get to interact and you hear for London, the name and all that thing and this. So I'm really happy. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so now we go to the fixtures then for today. Lua FC go lock on with Port Local. Lua FC now one of the promoted side into the Premier League. We don't surprise so many people that they play fantastic football. They win their last match and they play against Port Authority today. FC One Sin go host Bible Warriors na Lunge Field, and inside Konneh, Diamond Stars go play with some stars. When the two stars meet, now we two go see moon, so we don't know what will
Moon.
happen inside Konneh Field. All Edwardians, Emmanuel in second team go play against Fritonians, so we don't run away at one
Yeah.
time, but then come back. They not tell where they come. They be tell so they play again, but they not tell where they come back. So they play all Edwardians today in a Parade Field. Hopefully, maybe Max Tribune go bring either the FC ones in match, not FC ones in Lua FC or All Edwardians, because then they near win a free turn. Quick one to you, Emmanuel. What thing you take about the matches them today, and you get any predictions ahead of the match?
For me, I think the tick for me today na the match FC Johansen versus Bible Warriors, and you see the number 13 position they play against the number 3, and just as we alliance say, whereby Johansen they need for fight for come out of that position then at the table, and whilst Bible Warriors still want for make sure say the Northerners they get some smile at them face. So again for be a very good match to the way for play between FC Chelsea and Bible Warriors. For me, I think it's gonna be a win for Bible Warriors by virtue of the way that team done put up their performance lately together. It's a side way they play with 12 players. And meanwhile, when I say 12 players, the supporters are always rally around that team. So I they hope for see an outstanding result for them today. And for we again, where we they play today, the number 2 team, All Edwardians, Magdalene. Now we they play. Go watch with the schoolboy old boy where we they play today. We don't say
Toto.
Slipper, how they go. That's why go come back.
I don't know say well, I forget to Timo.
Okay, Dopeii I they patronize with there. You know, say we have seen Calon. You know, you for understand they patronize with all Edwardians. You know, you are pardon me.
I get Timo. I not you and talker.
All right. So
Yeah.
so Diamond Stars they play with some stars. So some stars lost the last match to Cambo Eagles by goal to nil. And that's now been a vital I think a vital away win for Cambo Eagles, and now Diamond Stars some stars they go away inside
Yeah.
Konneh. Still then get affairs with the Easterners, because now one Easterner be beat them last year, they go to another Easterner.
Yeah, Magdalene, I think this is a win for Diamond Star. Because lately we see Usum Star, their running training in this year league are very poor. They end up for sack them coach, even the new coach when they bring in, yes, you know, get them the results when they look out for. So I don't know, maybe in the second phase of the league, Usum Star will pick up. But as for me presently, they still get a lot way they need for fix within the drawing room, especially within the midfield and the flankers there. So when that be settled, then you will see less pressure on the defense, and Usumstar will begin get goals because they get a very good defense and a very good goalkeeper. Van der Sar, he has always been an outstanding performer in the Sierra Leone Premier League. It's unfortunate this year when they did at the bottom of the table. But it will be a very good result for Diamond Star today. If they win this game and the Konneh people they go dance for them.
All right. So Lua FC, one of the new boys, go lock on with Port Authority, pardon me, not Port Loco. Port Authority. And I remember Bible Warriors so much. But anyways, Lua FC, you know, they play Port Authority. Any
Yeah.
match analysis on that?
I don't really watch much of Lower FC them performance, but we all as name can sound, Port Authority, the Waterside boys, we see the then safe they're standing in the league. Not that's
See
too
back now.
fantastic, but they're in 12th. Yeah, Lower they at number 6. So 6 versus 12. For me, let's see what the 90 minutes can bring.
All right. Okay, Dopeii. What about you? The matches will start with Lua FC and Port Authority. Any analysis and prediction for this?
Oh, Loa FC back now at the side boys. Because side them come on in. um
Yeah.
no, like I said, Emmanuel said, so I don't really know too much about Loa FC. For me, I feel like Port Authority they need to pick up in terms of the playing, history and form. They're a little bit down this year in the league. So I think say I will go for Port Authority for the win. You never know, man. Loa
All
FC
right. So
might
what about
surprise again.
the two stars facing each other in Konneh? Diamond Stars versus Usum Stars.
I'll make up people there. I think we call people there. I need something for celebrate about.
All right.
Yeah, we call people that something to celebrate about. So I think say I might nudge them because when you play at home, the advantage is very much near the crowd, especially with some stars that get for travel all the way for go play. Now Diamond Stars themselves. So that's how, it's gonna be a very tough match because of the atmosphere. The people that really get behind there and they really want them to get a win. So I think for me, we'll go Diamond Stars.
FC Wansin playing Gboya Warriors at Lunge and Gboya Warriors from Putloko. Waiting your prediction for that match because Gboya Warriors now one of the teams that for beat now this competition that they play
Yeah,
extremely well
they've
and
come
FC
out.
Wansin
I think Barbara
inconsistent.
Warriors they've come out guns blazing. Yeah, so Barbara they've come out guns blazing. They're in that top four in terms of the table. They're playing really good football. FC Johnson, like you said, the inconsistency did it. 1 week they win, next week then go, the other week they lose. So they're not really don't find the level or the chemistry where they would need for win back-to-back matches there for like 3 or 4 games. Where Barbara Warriors they have been, a very good team to beat. I reckon if the top two teams are like Bo Rangers and the other team that not be Diddy, I think they'll be up there in terms of number one.
All right. Okay, finally, inside Freetown, all Edwardians to play Freetonian Slipper now
Better
operate.
second team. Right.
Yeah.
We
Well,
na kalon picking it up for be a we.
Yes, no problem, bro. No problem, bro.
All
Yes,
right.
Freetonian. It's not of Freetonians beat us last week or 2 days ago.
Now, yeah, they play Lua. Lua being get for
Lua Lua.
beat them. Lua beats them.
Okay, well, Freetonians and FC, who do they play again? You don't change that.
They play all Edwardians.
All Edwardians.
All Edwardians. Well, I'll go back all Edwardians in this
Thank you.
fixture.
Thank you, brother.
Because of Emmanuel and because like we actually watch all Edwardians the highlights now Facebook week people and the match there. They have a little bit of structure whether they play their game there. They get a little bit of chemistry, and I think say they work on more of young player than back, so they get more young player than at the team. So for me, I go back all everybody else. But Freetonians, you never know, man. Football.
All right. Okay. We continue with the show, and that's all for the Premier League match. Them, but the big news is that Musa Tumbo don't go on loan to Rangers from Al Ittihad after we the two clubs don't agree. We will come to that as now one of the issues that we will discuss inside the show today, and later on before we go talk briefly on the Chan Championship and a little bit about Premier League. I know say somebody no go a lot talk about time, but me like for talk about time. But with the cargo,
now go don't sleep by that. By them.
Quick one before we do the draw. People at the comment section, and then even the comments about the show, they just put hashtag. What you think about the show? Put that at the Premier League TV, if you say go win, put that at the comment. Let us feel like wait till they talk makes sense, everybody want win, but slow talk. So Musa don't come back. Dopeii at the start with you. You think it's not good deal for Rangers getting the Starman back, but the thing is, a lot of people know understand the point that the Sierra Leone window be done close. So
Yeah.
Musa in
Yeah.
sign one. Now for the future, we mean saying that the second round of the league we might see and they play. I think the team that don't play 11 matches, so he left about 6 or more because it's 18 teams and 17 matches first round each. So
Yeah.
6 matches more, and then the second round we will see Musa for Bo Rangers. But Dopeii, what do you think about this deal for the country striker, as in fans can call him?
I'm very, very happy. So happy when I see the news because he's, Musa in presence alone, they bring crowd. Not even if for play ball. In presence alone, they bring crowd. So the fact say like, Bo Rangers and the team where we go sign for now middle East country because many call it African country. They don't come to an agreement for loan out for 6 months, and yes, it's the back end of the season. But if you look at and say, Bo Rangers right now, they play very good football. They're undefeated. The 10 games or 11 games, they've only drawn one. They haven't lost yet. Imagine bringing Musa Tombo back into that squad in the second half of the season, or you already know what's going to happen because he's a very little striker. He can finish any team. He's that guy, pose, he's calm, and for he's very young. An old pass, I'm always student, I see me be He's very, very young. So he get talent, he get energy. I think I think for him, he just needs to just find a way just to stay out of trouble and just focus on football and just play his game, and it will be one of the best things to come out of Sierra Leone.
All right. Emmanuel, quick one. What do you think about the Starman returning to Bo Rangers? And at this stage where Bo Rangers stay, they score goals, they banging goals. Some thanks to the top goal scorer of the league now, winner from their own team every day, winner Abu Konneh. They do fantastic job. And getting Musa again, what do you think this means for the Bo Rangers striking force?
And first and foremost, Magdalene, I want to congratulate the Blue Rangers management. For me, I think this is a second era of Musa Tumbo. It's like you're rebranding your life again. If you miss this opportunity, it will be very challenging for her. I think waiting the Bo Football Association they do a very day in line. That young man is a prospect, but he was going down the drain. And for give her another second chance in life or another second chance in his sporting career, I think if any for take her very serious now. We are fully aware that the windows are closed. But for make you did that country, they get income, they come in and out. A very challenging Magdalene. So it means for give her a contract, it means one for the Musa going to get small thing as pocket money. Then you go get way for the train with the team for keep fit. So by the time the windows they open for the second phase, is India is in fire to start watching the goals. They are sure say by then good structure go down there for either for making mine for go play at the club with Lona or they go sell out to another structural club. But for me, it's a welcoming news. And I hope and pray that Mr. Mr. Musa Tumbo, the Salon favorite, will take this second part of his career very serious and make him know say not to only Mama Salon people they put smile at their face, but incest he will put smile at his face.
Musa and Emmanuel talk to you so if you dey watch the program. Emmanuel I talk to you so. I for know what they do now. Anyway, yeah, myself, I go look for the thanks to Bo Rangers and Babadi na Portugal get a very good art for
Yeah.
bring Musa back, with all that ala ala. Right now, if you look at
Yes.
Bo Rangers, they play very peaceful football. No noise, no confusion, no ala ala. They play them game at the best. But with Musa in presence last season, we know what team they do. Every day, Bo Rangers and at the news for no good
Yeah.
reason where they're naming up for Dede for. So bringing him back, a lot of people get their own thinking, but every Sierra Leone are happy that he's back and they expect say It go there on in game back, especially with Sierra Leone they prepare for the qualification matches them for the Nations Cup, where it go
Yeah.
start in March. And now one of players the way obviously the country go get for need. Let we do the draw quick one, and then we will can talk small, and then we go. Let I just send her up now. I will just send the draw up, and quick one. We go start for take the hashtag then coming in. We got a lot of people also 31. So here we go.
Last one, the people were Boku.
No worry, Dopeii. They don't kick Dimitrios from I seen him. Oh, this is a new winner.
A new winner.
Dominic. Yeah, Dominic Cargo is a new winner. Dominic, hope say they follow the page, and you also go help share to your friends so they go follow we. Congratulations, Dominic. The first time I'd see you in live, but doesn't matter. In this show, we give everyone opportunity for win. And that's not the end for the giveaway today, but next week we will try us wait till they do. Hopefully. We didn't promise now, hopefully.
You see,
yeah.
you messages now. Say give away another
Hopefully. All right. So that's not a giveaway, but quick one, guys. We see the African Championship for home-based players that we don't end, and Senegal happen to be the champions. Then beat Algeria on penalties. The Junior Teranga Lions being get for be the emerge as the champion, Emmanuel, and over the host winner Algeria yesterday.
Yes, Magdalene. We've been seeing very outstanding performance yesterday for both sides, and when the game end up for go goalless, but we see destination of the show we say the National League send the go before Magdalene. Because you see Algeria put an outstanding performance compared to that of Senegal. And when they end up for going into penalty match, and we see Senegal be end up for win by 5-4. So for me, wait to see it's the next stage of African football, Magdalene. That the next African Nations Cup get for be highly competitive. And from what we see in Senegal, Magdalene, I'm very impressed with the federation. You dey see consistency from the local leagues up to the guys that are playing internationally. They are very outstanding. They are serious about what they are doing. Not to mediocrity. They pull politics in sports. They allow the boys and say, this is what you want to do. Do it with your passion, with seriousness. And let the nation enjoy the results of what you want to put through. And that's what we are getting today. For win the African Nations Cup and come down and win the home base one, Magdalene, it shows that it's a progress. Nations like Sierra Leone for the local land from waiting to happen. So
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking. We need for land.
And
This
even in
is
the
where our
WAFU,
ministers.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
the WAFU, the girls won. They won.
They won.
They are the champions of the WAFU tournament that Sierra Leone got knocked out on the group stage. Yeah.
So this is what our ministers, our directors of sport, they need to go to some of these nations and learn their roadmap, which they follow to take them to where they are today. And if we continue begin look at some of the nations that their roadmap, we will see a game changer in the next 2 to 3 years. So I'm very impressed, Magdalene. You know, Algeria, they can always get a petition the way they can raise up. But for me, the results that the feel I may get respect for. Other thing is secondary. So kudos to Senegal, and I hope for City squad in 2024.
All right. We don't done the giveaway. They put hashtag. All right, continue. Dopeii, what do you think about the championship where Senegal clinch again? It's like they dominate West Africa in their own way, even Africa as a whole.
I think they're dominating Africa in general, not only West Africa. I think Yeah, look, to be honest, it's a very simple explanation. Structure, not structure. Football gets structure. Without structure, like Osnomo, without foundation, enable belows. Senegal long fan
Yeah,
that secret foundation where they work for there. That they develop young talents, that they invest in their
yeah,
player there, home base and away. That's the reason. Not so magic. Now, because of that time, the quality time that it take for develop the Bobo David and again at the home base, you know, that's why the women team now is getting better. The man team is better. The home base team is better. So I like in terms of the tournaments where they get for put, I think Senegal is gonna be up there in terms of Africa, even in terms of the world. If you look at the African Nations Cup and you look at the caliber of players that they have that play international football, there's a lot
yeah,
of them. They
yeah,
all came from where? Senegal. It's all home base, then develop there, then go overseas, then go play. So like Emmanuel, they say we as Sierra Leone, as a nation, we need to look at countries like this because now we neighbor there. They're not that far. They're right
yes,
next to us. We need to look at countries like this and ask yourself, what's it they do where we know they do? Or what's it they do where we go where we do?
Yeah.
So we can implement some of these habits that they have into our own system. And maybe one day we team will be developed into something like
Okay.
this, be winning trophies, silverware.
All right, as we can round up now the show, quick one into the English Premier League. What's in on take about the matches that we play this weekend? Other matches, big match there
Yeah,
today.
let me
Tottenham
stop.
they play City. They say
Eh,
the hope of the Gunners lies on the shoulder of their North London rivals, Tottenham Hotspurs.
Emmanuel,
Everton won. Arsenal 0. No, Arsenal nil. Magdalene, I think this will be one of the most, again, another most interesting English Premier League. And you see, that's what I like about the English Premier League, the drama. They can't today. You see all dominance. We see the English Premier League don't they get a good mix of flavors. Liverpool, look at waiting up with them. Nobody
Boxer,
expects a
you
Wolverhampton
know
go get.
Boxer
Yeah.
say he said Liverpool na sad man in Sweden bien there.
not lie. Because
Yeah.
the money where that they ask for, then go sell her, and then go give Salah the money where Salah asks for. And the money where money asks for is less than Salah. The way you see you,
Salah. Yeah.
a boxer not lie.
So, but it's okay. But even Sadio Mane let's say not a play for Bayern Munich due to knocks and the like.
Yeah.
So I think both sides is not like a win-win situation for them.
No,
And in North London, right? So we just hope that for solidify we point gap that Tottenham not go disgrace we, they go fight for we as a brother, and
now.
go maintain that gap still. And we should say the good what we do everything, no go come about bad power. When how good we do, and if you listen to the statement of Arteta, you really dey see some form of solidarity.
Now
You
inform a
know,
team, I don't wanna take him.
Exactly, and for me, Magdalene, it go art for make you see you form a team they down at that bottom day, and you put up an outstanding performance. It's just like FC Cologne and Old Edwardians, Magdalene. No way, no
Emmanuel,
go they
wait.
me go get that allow Old Edwardians relegate. No way,
Okay. Oh no, I say
no
no
way.
for sell game.
No, so that is it. We're not going for hidden fact and day. So now make we can see these are sports. A professional sell game. If sports they clean one or do Magdalene.
Okay,
So we
man,
know
I
so
talk
waiting that
how
Teta do. No
now
sports
you
clean one all day.
where Man City got for sell
Wait,
game Giwi. Before we win Premier.
wait.
We know say sport they clean one. Most
Accusation
of the stage
or
Dopeii, most of the thinking
favor?
don't take place behind door before they can at the field.
I say everything. Atata and Sean Dyche don't go talk before the game.
But na solidarity match that we play. So Magdalene, you know they can say solidarity match. Na solidarity match
Football,
na
yes,
Arsenal
sir.
play. But watch out for we next game. And you go see a
Now,
difference of Arsenal.
when I get Brentford.
Eh, Brentford. Hey, that and they Namotoka
After Brentford, I get Man City.
Hey,
Man City.
Brentford, they don't beat top 6. Brentford don't beat top 6. They don't beat Man City.
Yeah.
They don't beat Liverpool. They don't beat Chelsea.
See,
They don't beat Tottenham.
we don't beat
Nah,
them this year.
They don't take it.
We don't beat them this
Yeah,
year.
now one ten.
You would
They
beat them
don't beat
back.
top 6. So when I get for no
We
problem.
beat them back. You know, so we enter against team that don't kiss a bit beat.
Also in Spain, we see Barcelona, they take the lead. And
Yep.
but Real Madrid go for play later today. But as of now, Barcelona they top the charts, and it's like Xavi don't transform Barcelona to a team where don't be so much composed that for beat them so difficult compared to what we they see from the Barcelona last season, where end up for go in a tournament to not be end up for once for go, because we know Xavi starts poor also this year, and where that bigger for lead them to the Europa League. But now we don't see Barcelona, we don't well composed now, and then they play fantastic football, topping the league chart. Although Madrid fans then they say they go climb and try for kick them out, but Barcelona as of now are the top. They lead the table as of now.
Yeah. Okay, Dopeii.
In Barcelona case, for me, it's the manager. You just have to. Sometimes I know the patient, but you have to trust the manager. Trust the manager, trust the process. For the fact, say Xavi, na former, former footballer, former player for Barcelona, he knows what he's doing. When he can inside the first time, you're not getting right player the way they need. You're not getting structure. You're not getting formation. Now you don't fend in foot, and you can see the testament of the way Barca has been playing this last back end of the league. They've been playing tremendous football. Everybody be thinking say Real Madrid, obviously based on the Champions League win last year, and go carry on that success this year for dominates the La Liga. But right now, Barca is Barca's proved, and the player they were signed too. And if two of the player they will make a vex, but it's okay.
All right, that's now Rodrigo I want to talk soon now. But anyway, Emmanuel, I need to make you talk again about Spain, because one of the black brothers there, because we black man they do well with the Gladi. Oshime doing fantastic in the Italian league, carrying Napoli on his back, ensuring he's scoring in every game to keep their lead on the table. Napoli leading the Italian league, and it's gonna be history in the making if they win for the first time in how many years? Emmanuel, there with we?
Yeah. Magdalene, when I see Osemi they put up shots and outstanding performance, it just remind me the days of Diego Maradona. The Olema way come and take up Napoli and get a redemption. And I see them they drive towards that point presently in the league. And I just hope say no more and not get an injury, because we know how highly intense the Italian league. It's so physical out there. So I see an history making. If they're able to complete this first phase of the Italian league, then maintain that top first position in Magdalene, then I may go take them as a winner of the Italian league. But there are more games to be played. Then they play extremely well, and Inter Milan they very close to the run after with AC Milan. And funnily, Juventus don't go off the race, because say there was something like 10 to 15 point deduction.
15 point deduction.
15 point deduction. Yes. So we don't also give them like a break for me they able win the Italian Scudetto. So let's see. Maybe it is possible that Napoli might win the Italian league, but it's it's really an early stage right now for me to determine that as a
Yeah.
winner
But even
because we're
on
still in
the
the first phase.
race for the golden boot is two Nigerians. Are they? Is it Lukman and Oshime
Lookman,
Yeah,
going
yeah,
head to head?
look,
Just
man.
like
yeah,
one goal difference between them or so. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's fantastic to see with Africa. But way back there, we look at the Dopeii and Eto's session during the days. Them now seeing Oshime and Lukman and the step up. It's nice to see and Pate, they do fantastic. Um they play fantastic football. For me, yesterday, Arsenal lost because I see Partey wasn't up there yesterday. I think that'll be one of the issue. It was in game being low yesterday for me. I believe say that'll be one reason why the Everton they be dominate the midfield. But anyways, not only business. What happened there? Happen. Manchester United win 2-1. And today Cristiano Ronaldo in birthday. So happy,
Uh,
happy, 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 happy. And me boy just the score every game now goal. Rashford. All right.
I
Oh, we're not
understand.
going to discuss the Greenwood issue. They don't drop the case.
yeah.
We hope to go see them back soon, but the club yet for take decision as they say they will get announcement later. Somebody they say now so like una they talk about money. What did the level talk? We not talk like. We just dey talk what you party say. Say Liverpool they lost because and I team where they support boxer. Say Liverpool they
Boxer,
lost
yep.
because now Sadio Man swear they BNM. So that just we try to forget sarcasm, not to anything bad. All right, we will go now. Thanks guys. Today will come late because we get game. But they beat Emmanuel. We beat 6-1 Salone now the World Cup. We know they bluff too much because thief some of them players already play for we. And oh, unbelievable imprint. Gets 2 goals today. And we
Today,
see Bojoman continue
Bonjour man,
scoring run, Isef score, and Kaba and
Kali,
Kali gets 1 goal each. It
yeah,
nice for see, and we saw goalkeeper James being gets for save 2 penalties inside the match. That was
penalties.
fantastic. If for me they give man of the match, we will give James. But on the other
Yeah,
end, Cape Verde come in the first multicultural World Cup now, the Sydney Multicultural World Cup competition, but they're not able for get the way through issues with players because they don't put blanket ban. We safety they will suffer with we first keeper way that affect and that
yeah.
be affect Cape Verde more because then gets more NPL players them. But anyways, it is what it is. First season, who knows? Cape Verde can come back and win it because then they surprise we all the time. So quick one before you go anything when I got for say guys as we they say bye bye now.
Yeah,
um,
Magdalene.
next week, hopefully the internet's not gonna
But
misbehave.
but Ibrahim, you know win today. I see Ibrahim they ask who start
Iben
and they get
Cheke.
me money now. Ibrahim, you know win today. You know, Ahmed King and Dominic Cargo that they win today. So I don't know who's
Yeah, I
that they win
know.
money
You
there.
see, maybe that's some
Yes,
90. May wait.
all right, Dopeii say me
Yeah, I said
hopefully
hopefully
internet
the
so
internet's go good. But yeah, thank you. We move now this year, you go see the suffering so the part.
I don't move there again. I stay. I didn't me what I stay around here. Yeah, Emmanuel, anything
Yeah, Magdalene, and it's always good to be part of the Max Tribune Sports, and I really appreciate the time and sacrifice, especially with the Max Tribune Sport to do, especially for live stream and some of the matches the way they play back home. This really they show how dedicated you are and to waiting you practice, and we hope say better ambassadors that will come on board, Magdalene, and with you they do so.
Sponsorship.
It's few, yeah, it's few to see ladies out there that was taking their own pockets money, buy equipment, sponsor out just to see that this game that we love come out there. And always, like you always say to people out there, that kudos to Max Tribune Sport. We say it one locally and internationally. Keep up the good
yeah,
work,
we
and
keep going. And thanks guys also for the motivation because at some point like you want pull on because when you think it all
No,
joke. But just what we like for doing. Thanks also for making the program they go on, because if you don't get guests, it's difficult. If you don't get co-host, it's difficult. But now also they give that time them for let we go ahead. But we will continue for go ahead. Dominic, no worry, somebody will contact you for your money. Nobody know really.
Who am I going to contact for the money? Maggie.
They said they contact anybody we first.
Only for the thanks to manager Alpha, because now he sponsor this giveaway today. So we look for next giveaway sponsor, and then we'll come back to now. It might not be next week, because they are the thing they don't, and so they are back.
We have not been say who that will give money next week.
No, don't worry. That money they didn't at all. Maybe they get that today or tomorrow, depending on the policy where get the money and availability. But give away money.
Ibrahim, not so Dominic. Ibrahim
okay. Ibrahim no win, no win. I don't know why they ask for money. Mohammed says sleep at 2 all audience one.
Wow.
Okay. We just say bye bye now, and we hope say Tottenham go do good for Emmanuel.
Well said.
I hope say them go do good for Manchester United, because we know let's City keep the gap in that 3 point between and there. Who say we don't turn time to contender now?
We know. And I made the English Premier League very interesting, Magdalene.
At 20,
very interesting.
20. From
20, yeah.
But Chelsea with Liverpool, better pass Liverpool.
The man has spent 600 million pounds, Magdalene or Euro. They're not able to score a single goal.
Hey boy, I watched that game against Fulham.
Rome was not built in a day, but at least them so where concrete's not gone.
Emmanuel, get talk there.
But 600 put on to a concrete self.
Don't one away.
What you go say? I go to say.
Dopeii, you beat Emmanuel one side. You know one is be Emmanuel that talk man. There's a be close to table tennis.
Dopeii, I salute you, sir.
Dopeii na champ. Next time. We'll send Dopeii housemate salon next time.
Ooh.
They go meet Julie Tombo.
Courtesy of Mark Tribune Sports.
Yeah, we candidate what they send. We own housemate salon. We support you. All right, guys. Thanks for tonight, and it's already good morning in Australia. Sooner next week. Have a blessed Sunday and a good Monday video. But I don't say below the watch you, because below one can have this podcast. Below say one can talk. So we'll go see if we go invite Bill on next week if we not get other guests, because today we'll be supposed to Samadia, but in system still again problem. I say maybe now Israel on block the face in Palestine. I say maybe I talk as Israel like they get Facebook. I can block with. All right, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice sleep and rest. I'll talk to you later, Emmanuel and Dopeii. Bye bye.
Okay, Maggie. See ya. Bye.